So the margarita is one of the most popular cocktails, not only because it's basically everyone's gateway to agave spirits, but also because the template is so customizable. And with Cinco de Mayo coming up, we're all about to be drinking a bunch of margaritas. So why not try some easy to make elevated recipes to spice up the holiday? Whiskey is a passion project of home drink makers that just so happen to know a thing or two about product development. Back in 2012, they were looking to stock their home bars with quality glassware, but just found that most of the products available were either too basic or favored like fashion while foregoing function. So one of my favorites is this Meridian tumbler. It is just a really nice kind of 70s looking old-fashioned glass. It actually stacks on the bottom. And then the same Meridian highball glass, it's 15 ounces, is perfect for mojitos and Tom Collinses and stuff. You can fit a nice big old piece of ice in there and make your cocktails look beautiful. And then another one of my personal favorites is the Meridian Martini glass. It has a 6-ounce bowl, even though it looks huge, which is going to be perfect for anything that's going to fit into a coupe or cocktail glass. And then it has this really nice mid-century feel to it. It just makes me want to lounge in Palm Springs with a martini. So if you're ready to add some amazing glassware to your collection, you can save 15% off site-wide. Just go to whiskey.com, type in Barfly15 at checkout for 15% off. That is whiskey.com and type in Barfly15 at checkout for 15% off the entire site. Cinco de Mayo is a yearly celebration that commemorates the Mexican victory over the French at the Battle of Puebla in 1862. Led by General Ignacio Zaragoza, the outnumbered Mexican forces rallied and defeated the French. Even though the day has long been observed in the United States since 1863, its wider appeal started in the 1980s after being pushed by tequila companies in order to help establish tequila in the United States. And then that brings us to the present, where we all want to drink margaritas on the same day. But luckily for us, we have all evolved from the days of slamming back Jose Cuervo at a Margaritaville with Guy Fieri and the Flavor Town crew. So let's get into making some of these cocktails, elevated ones with some good tequila. The Session Margarita is just that, sessionable. With Manzanilla Sherry doing the heavy lifting, you can knock back a couple or 3 of these guys and avoid hitting the floor. This recipe was pulled from the book Session Cocktails by Drew Lezer and the editors at Punch. 3/4 of an ounce of lime juice, 3/4 of an ounce of orange liqueur. We're going to be using Cointreau. 3/4 of an ounce of some nice Tequila Blanco. 1 bar spoon of agave. And 5 drops of 20% saline. 1.5 ounces of Manzanilla Sherry. So we're going to grab a chilled glass here and a big rock. Add some ice to our tin. Give it a nice shake. And strain over our large cube. Thinly sliced lime wheels. Just put it on top like that. Let's drink it before it overflows. This is everything that you want in a margarita, only a little bit lighter. You get some nice sort of bright salinity from the Manzanilla Sherry. Obviously, you get the notes of the agave from the tequila, the orange liqueur adding in that orange flavor that we all associate with margaritas, plus a little bit of sugar, lime juice, of course, and then the agave is adding a little bit of warmth and balancing everything out. And then, of course, just that little bit of saline solution to just enhance everything just a little bit. There it is, guys, the Session Margarita. The Avocado Margarita was created by bartender Anna Wilkins for Better Luck Tomorrow in Houston, Texas. This is a bit of an adapted recipe, as I made a few small changes with the syrup that you use in this cocktail. The hardest part of this drink is making the syrup, and it's really not that hard at all. It's just a tiny little bit of elbow grease. You will find the recipe in the description below. 3/4 of an ounce of lime juice, and then we're gonna do 1 ounce of this avocado syrup. It is the mixture of a little bit of lime juice, agave, avocado, and salt. 1 ounce of our avocado syrup, and then 2 ounces of Blanco tequila. Good amount of ice. Give it our shake. Ungated pour. So straight into the glass like so. Add in a few more pieces of ice. And I'm gonna give it another couple of lime wheels, like so. Let's give it a taste. That is so freaking well balanced. When I first encountered this cocktail, I couldn't imagine how agave and avocado would go very well together. It just doesn't really seem like a matchup that's gonna do very well. But to tell you the honest God truth, the warm sweetness of agave goes really well with avocado. Pair that up with a little bit of lime and your Blanco tequila, and then you have something that's very reminiscent of a margarita, but it has that creamy, good avocado-iness to it. And then just the balance of those flavors is so good. Go out and make yourself your avocado margarita. This frozen margarita recipe comes from Brooklyn bartender Haley Traub, and it's one of the best ones I've ever tasted. So, you know, go out and make it. You guys deserve the best. We're gonna take a little plate where we have some sea salt, and we're gonna add a little lime zest to it. We're gonna take the little piece of lime and wipe it on the side of the glass like so. And then we're just gonna roll the glass in it like so. 1 ounce of lime juice, 1 ounce of Cointreau, 1/4 ounce of orange juice, 1/4 ounce agave, 1.5 ounces of Tequila Blanco, 1/4 teaspoon of xanthan gum. And then we're gonna add a 1/2 cup of pebble ice. And then we're just gonna pour it in. And taste it. I love me a little lime zest sea salt rim. Obviously get that nice salinity. And then of course you get the lime juice, the orange juice, the Cointreau is kind of doing a little bit of the lifting with the tequila. So you get those orange notes, get a little bit of warmth from the agave that's in there, and then a little bit of flavor pop from the salt. And there you have it. There it is. The best frozen margarita recipe you could do. And then there's a little twist to it.
You want to garnish it?
Yeah, Marius, look at Marius. I'm gonna garnish his weight in here. So we're just gonna stick a little garnish in there like so. And there you guys have it. The best frozen margarita. So the strawberry margarita is not something that I have creation details on at all. We're just winging it, making a strawberry version of a margarita. I'm gonna be doing this as a blender drink. If there's something that I can do in my career, if there's just one thing that I can do in my career, it would be to legitimize blender drinks, which apparently is kind of a hard thing to do. Nobody takes them seriously, but they can be serious cocktails. We're gonna do 1 ounce of lime juice, 1/2 ounce of agave, 1/2 ounce of Cointreau, 2 ounces Tequila Blanco, 70 grams fresh strawberries, a scant 1/4 of our xanthan gum, about 1/2 cup of ice. And then we're just gonna throw it into our glass like so. Oh, look at that though. Voila! How does that look? Does it make it look like a little kitty cat? Well, it's like that's the head and the 2 ears, really. My. Fresh strawberry, a little bit of orange, tequila, lime juice, which is nice and tart. It is fantastic, very nicely balanced. So there it is, guys. The frozen strawberry margarita. These 4 margaritas are freaking amazing, a little bit elevated. I think that if you want to do some stylish drinking for Cinco de Mayo, this is what you should do. And then you know what else? We don't have to drink margaritas on Cinco de Mayo. We can just drink them any old time. Summer's coming up, so you got some slushy cocktails. So I want you guys to go out and make your margaritas and enjoy them. Also, I wanted to announce something new. We just hired a new head writer. His name is Dylan Ettinger. He has thrown his hat in with our lot, and he's been writing some really amazing articles. So please go to our website, theeducatedbarfly.com, and check those out. We have a lot of new content going there, stuff that we can't really do on YouTube, so I hope you guys go check it out. Today's pro tip is about using salt in your cocktails and why you should basically just do it for almost every single cocktail. Salt does the same thing in cocktails that it does in food. It enhances flavor, so a little bit of high quality salt will really enhance the flavors in lots of cocktails. And just remember that not all salts are equal, so when you're choosing your salt, make sure you get something with a little bit bigger crystal structure. The smaller the crystal structure, the saltier it's going to be. So you don't want to be using something like iodized salt. You can use kosher salt. In a perfect world, you want to use fleur de sel or sea salt.